What if I told you Jeff Bezos didn't just build Amazon? He built a blueprint for spotting opportunities most people overlook. The difference between his billions and everyone else's missed chances comes down to one mindset shift. And today, you'll learn it. You'll discover the exact framework Bezos used to turn risks into massive opportunities. You'll see how to apply his approach to your own life, whether it's career, business, or personal growth. And by the end, you'll know how to recognize opportunities faster, act with more confidence, and avoid the number one regret that holds most people back. Did you know Jeff Bezos left a stable, high-paying Wall Street career to chase an idea most people thought was absurd? At the time, only 0.01% of the world's population was even using the internet. Imagine that, leaving security behind for a technology hardly anyone understood. What kind of person takes a leap like that? And more importantly, what can his decision teach us about spotting opportunities in our own lives? Jeff Bezos isn't just the founder of Amazon, he's one of the most influential figures in modern business history. From an online bookstore in the corner of his garage to building the world's most customer-obsessed company, Bezos reshaped how we shop, how we think about innovation, and even how we view risk. But behind all of his success lies a deeper lesson, one about opportunity. About how ordinary people often miss life-changing chances, while visionaries seem to grab them at exactly the right time. Today, we'll break down what Bezos really taught us about opportunity and how you can apply those lessons to your own journey. Here's the problem. Most of us struggle not because opportunities don't exist, but because we fail to recognize them, or worse, we hesitate when they're right in front of us. Think about it. How many times have you had a great idea, a chance to pivot careers, or an opportunity to invest in yourself, but you stopped? Maybe fear of failure held you back. Maybe comfort whispered, "Stay where you are." Maybe the risk looked bigger than the potential reward. That hesitation is universal, but it's also the greatest barrier between where you are and where you want to be. Jeff Bezos faced those same doubts. Before starting Amazon, he was a senior vice president at a prestigious hedge fund in New York. He was making six figures in the 1990s, a dream salary for most people at the time. But then he stumbled across a statistic that changed everything. Internet usage was growing at 2,300% per year. To him, that wasn't just trivia. It was a flashing signal, a once-in-a-lifetime chance. The question was, would he take it? That's where Bezos' genius lies, not in coding, not in luck, but in how he framed opportunity. He asked himself what he later called the regret minimization framework. He imagined himself at 80 years old, looking back on his life. Would he regret staying safe on Wall Street, or would he regret not chasing this wild new idea called online shopping? The answer was clear. He could live with failure, but he couldn't live with regret. That mindset is what pushed him to pack up, drive across the country with his wife, and start building Amazon out of a garage in Seattle. And here's the thing, we all face crossroads like that. Maybe not on the scale of creating a trillion-dollar company, but moments where one decision could alter the entire direction of our lives. The challenge is that most people don't zoom out far enough to see which opportunities are truly worth seizing. Bezos didn't look at the internet as it was. He looked at what it was becoming. He saw the trajectory, not the snapshot. That's why he could risk it all when others only saw uncertainty. So the challenge is clear. How do we train ourselves to recognize opportunities the way Bezos did? How do we cut through fear, doubt, and comfort so that when opportunity knocks, we don't freeze, we act? That's exactly where we're headed next, as we dive deeper into specific examples from Jeff Bezos' journey and uncover the key decisions that defined his genius for spotting opportunity. Jeff Bezos' story is full of moments where he didn't just see opportunity, he acted on it with boldness most people couldn't imagine. Take the very beginning of Amazon. Bezos didn't pick books as his product because he loved reading more than anything else. He chose books because he recognized scale. At the time, no physical store could stock millions of titles, but the internet could. He wasn't chasing passion. He was chasing a structural opportunity, an opening that traditional businesses couldn't compete with. That decision reflects a principle most people overlook. Real opportunities often hide where inefficiencies exist. Bezos asked, "What's hard in the old system, and how can the new system make it easy?" For books, the answer was obvious: unlimited selection. That single insight cracked the door open, and once it did, Amazon grew beyond books into electronics, household goods, and eventually into the everything store we know today. But Bezos's genius didn't stop there. He made another decision that seemed crazy at the time: reinvesting profits instead of chasing quick earnings. Wall Street hated it. Investors wanted instant returns, but Bezos insisted on putting money back into infrastructure, warehouses, and technology. Why? Because he saw the bigger opportunity wasn't in short-term profits, it was in dominating the long game. And sure enough, that long game turned Amazon into a global powerhouse. This brings us to one of his boldest moves: Amazon Web Services, AWS. Back in the early 2000s, no one thought cloud computing would matter to the average company. Most people saw Amazon as an online retailer, period. But Bezos saw something different. Amazon was already building massive computing power to run its own business. Why not turn that into a product? Fast forward to today, and AWS isn't just a side project. It's Amazon's most profitable division, powering startups, governments, and Fortune 500 companies. That's the genius of seeing opportunity where others see not our lane. At the heart of all this is Bezos's most powerful lesson. Opportunity isn't about chasing every shiny object. It's about aligning with massive trends early and committing fully. Anyone can notice a new technology, but very few can bet on it when it's still uncertain. Bezos didn't just notice the internet. He structured his entire life around it. He didn't just dabble in cloud computing, he built an empire on it. The key moment that defines his genius wasn't luck. It was his ability to say, "This is the future, and I'm willing to look foolish, take criticism, and risk failure, because the opportunity is bigger than the fear." That's the turning point. Most people let fear stop them. Bezos used fear of regret, as fuel. He shifted the question from "what if I fail" to "what if I never try?" And that mental shift is the single biggest reason he seized opportunities others ignored. So what does this mean for you? It means that opportunities aren't hiding. They're around you every day, in your industry, your community, even your personal life. The real question is, are you framing them the right way? Are you asking, "If I don't do this, will I regret it?" Are you willing to think long-term while others chase short-term comfort? Because that's where the Bezos-level opportunities live. Now, as we move to the final part, we'll distill everything into the one timeless lesson Bezos leaves us with. A conclusion you can carry into your own career and life every time you face a decision that could change everything. So, what's the timeless lesson Jeff Bezos leaves us with about opportunity? It's simple but powerful. Don't wait for perfect certainty. Opportunity shows up looking risky, uncertain, and often even foolish. The real genius is learning to see potential where others only see problems, then acting boldly before the rest of the world catches on. Think about it. Bezos didn't wait until the internet was mainstream. He acted when it was still a niche. He didn't wait until Wall Street approved of long-term reinvestment. He doubled down when critics said Amazon would collapse. He didn't wait until cloud computing was safe. He built AWS when most thought it was irrelevant. Each move looked risky in the moment, but in hindsight, they were groundbreaking, and that's the challenge he leaves for us. When you face decisions in your own life, whether it's starting a side hustle, switching careers, or investing in yourself, the question isn't, "Is this 100% safe?" The question is, "If I don't do this, will I regret it later?" That's the regret minimization framework. That's the filter that turns hesitation into action. Let's recap quickly. Bezos taught us 3 big things about opportunity. First, look for inefficiencies. Where something old is clunky, the new has room to grow. Second, play the long game. Real wealth comes from patience and reinvestment, not quick wins. And third, flip fear on its head. Use the fear of regret to push you into bold moves instead of letting the fear of failure hold you back. Those 3 principles, applied consistently, can change the trajectory of your life, just as they changed his. The truth is, you don't have to build the next Amazon to apply these lessons. You just need to start noticing the small opportunities around you, acting faster than your comfort zone wants, and trusting the process when it feels uncertain. That's how you build your own path to success. Now I want to hear from you. What opportunity in your life have you been hesitating on? Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to read your thoughts. And if you found value in this breakdown of Jeff Bezos' genius, don't stop here. Watch the next video on my channel where we dive into the mindset shifts of other great entrepreneurs who saw the future before anyone else. And of course, if you're serious about seizing opportunities and building your future with confidence, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications. Because every week, we're bringing you the tools, stories, and strategies to help you spot the opportunities that can change everything.